Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, depending on when you're watching this. My name is Brandon Aries, and welcome to The Sanctuary. This week is Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1. I've always been a fan of the Mission Impossible movies ever since I can remember. And the previous sequel, Mission Impossible Fallout, was great. I mean, Henry Cavill was amazing as the villain. And I mean, the one thing that gets you about these films is the suspense, the action, the stunts, Tom Cruise somehow finding another way to be killed, but makes it anyway. The music is a huge hitter for this movie. I mean, with the film beginning with the nostalgic theme off the rip, and then the musical score on top of that was just A1. When I think of the Mission Impossible theme, I kind of pair it close to the 007 theme. The recognition for Mission Impossible is instant, just like James Bond, just like Batman, and even the Avengers. So there's this really cool, dangerous, all-knowing, all-being device called the Entity. It's basically one of those devices that could end the entire world. And the way they played with this, quote, entity device was actually really well done in this film. I like how a world-ending device like this brings together all of these people from all these different walks for the same thing. Everybody's interested in the Entity. Everybody wants to have that power. And it's up to Ethan Hunt and his gang to stop that. Speaking of Ethan Hunt and the gang, I can't say this enough about Tom Cruise, because the man is 60 and he's still doing this crazy action. I mean, man's literally injuring himself every sequel now just to get these action shots, just to get these stunts. Seeing the behind the scenes of that crazy jump was so freaking cool. And as a movie person, it really makes me appreciate all the stuff that Tom Cruise has done for the film industry, especially during the pandemic. Like, if it wasn't for Tom Cruise, then we probably wouldn't have all the movies that we do right now. Simon Pegg as Benji and Ving Rhames as Luther. I thought their relationship got a lot closer and they were more so able to hold their own without Ethan. My only gripe is that they kind of missed the opportunity to dive deeper with the relationship between those characters, that friendship, that brotherhood, that camaraderie. I felt Haley Atwell was a nice addition to this franchise. I feel like she has the right amount of damsel in distress / I can take care of myself / let's do this impossible mission and kick ass. I mean, after all, she is Captain Carter, so it's no surprise.
I could do this all day.
But hold on, because that whole car chase scene where Tom Cruise is literally cuffed to Haley Atwell's character while driving, while trying to escape being killed, was just, oh my gosh. And the fact that it was practical was awesome. I mean, Tom Cruise literally was there handcuffed and driving a car. The quote unquote big bad for this film, Gabriel, I thought he was very precise, very meticulous, very calculated and cunning. And I think that's what makes him an even deeper villain, other than the fact that he's a villain from Ethan Hunt's past that he should have killed when he had the chance. A part of me feels like that's lazy writing. Like, you just couldn't get an original villain, so you just brought one back from 20 years ago that we didn't know about. Other than that, I still like him as the villain. A character in this film I wanted to know more about was Pom Clementieff's character, Paris. I mean, she looked like this badass, I'm going to kill everyone, even maybe the villain, so I'd end up being the big villain type vibe. But the problem is, she was underutilized. Another thing that stinks about that is that I don't think she really had very much dialogue. So it's not like her character was really able to be explored. And I understand it's 2 parts, so maybe in the second one they'll dive deeper into it. I spoke about it a little earlier and I'm going to talk about it again, but the suspense, man, like with the score and the action in front of you and all the air in the room feeling like it's closing in tighter and tighter, putting you at the edge of your seat thinking, is Ethan going to make it out of this? Is the IMF really facing an impossible mission? With that being said, the big finale of this film was crazy. I'm trying to think if I like this train scene better or the whole helicopter mountaintop scene from Fallout. That's how crazy this finale was. The Mission Impossible movies just keep finding ways to engage the audience and find new ways to kind of bring in new action and new stunts, things that you'd never thought you would see before. Let's talk about the ending. I like this ending because I think This is a little more subtle of an ending to lead up to the part two versus how Across the Spider-Verse left off, where it was more of an to be continued. This one felt like a genuine end. It's not just some abrupt cliffhanger that just goes to pitch black where you don't know what's going to happen next. You at least know who's around, who's not, and how this could play out. I remember a few months ago when I had said, I feel like action movies / shoot 'em ups are kind of a dying genre in film. But what I also said, though you have franchises like John Wick and Mission Impossible that kind of keep this genre afloat. And I still stand by that statement. I think movies like Extraction, John Wick, Mission Impossible bring back those hardcore action movie lovers. And with each movie finding new ways to find new action sequences or stunts that could really captivate the audience, it's almost impossible to resist. Those are my thoughts on Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1. I recommend you go see it. But if you did see it, what'd you think? Are you going to see it? Let me know in the comments down below. If you like this video, please be sure to drop a like. It is always so much appreciated here in the Sanctuary. And if you're new, subscribe and hit that notification bell for every week this lover boy pops up in your feed. And in case we don't see you, we got all the kids again here. We got everybody. So in case we don't see you, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. Peace.